All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to crack the code on personal wealth. We're uncovering the 5 core rules for building what we're calling your very own financial fortress.
So, let's be real. Have you ever asked yourself this? Why do some people just seem to get richer and richer, while so many of us feel like we're just stuck on a hamster wheel? What they call the rat race. You work hard, you do all the right things, but it feels like you're just not getting ahead. What's their secret?
Well, here's the thing. It's not about working harder. That's what we're all told, right? But the real difference is a hidden framework, what our source material calls the invisible wealth system. It's basically a completely different set of rules that the wealthy play by. And that's what we're here to do today. We're going to hand you the exact blueprint. We're going to show you how to build a personal financial fortress that's so strong it can withstand anything. A market crash, an unexpected emergency, you name it.
Okay, so how do we build it? It comes down to 5 foundational pillars. First up, the mindset shift. Then, knowing the difference between assets versus liabilities. Third, harnessing the magic of compounding. Fourth, building multiple income streams. And finally, number 5, you stepping up as the CEO.
All right, let's dive right into pillar number 1, the mindset shift. Now listen, this is not some small, fluffy step. This is the absolute bedrock. It's the concrete foundation for everything else. Without this, the rest of the fortress just won't stand.
And this quote right here just nails it. Wealth doesn't begin with a big pile of cash. It starts in your head, with a way of thinking that constantly sees opportunities. See, most people get a paycheck, and their first thought is, what can I buy? The wealthy get a paycheck and think, how can this money make more money for me? That's the shift. So, how do you put that mindset into practice? It starts with one simple, non-negotiable rule: pay yourself first. This is huge. It means the second your paycheck hits your account, before rent, before bills, before anything else, a chunk of it, say 10%, goes straight to your future. That's a brick for your fortress, and you don't touch it.
So, with our foundation firmly in place, it's time for Pillar 2, understanding the critical difference between assets and liabilities. If the mindset was the foundation, this is the architect's plan that's going to determine just how strong your fortress can be.
The funny thing is, this is shockingly simple. An asset puts money into your pocket. That's it. Think stocks that pay dividends or a rental property that gives you income every month. A liability, it takes money out of your pocket. The classic example is a brand new car that loses a huge chunk of its value the second you drive it off the lot. The trap is that many of us are taught to buy liabilities thinking they're assets.
And this right here, this is the entire game plan in one sentence. The wealthy focus their time, their energy, their money on one single goal: acquiring more and more assets. It's a simple, relentless pursuit of things that generate income.
Okay, let's get to pillar 3, because this is where it really gets exciting. We're talking about activating the magic of compounding. Think of this as the automatic 24/7 defense system for your fortress. It's a silent partner that never, ever sleeps.
And I am not exaggerating. Albert Einstein himself supposedly called it the 8th wonder of the world. Why? Because compounding is where your money starts making its own money, and then that money starts making even more money. It's an incredible chain reaction. Just take a look at this chart. In the early years, year 1, the growth is, well, it's almost invisible. It feels like nothing's happening. But fast forward to year 10, and you see it start to move. Now look at year 30. Wow, that curve doesn't just climb, it goes vertical. It's the snowball effect, turning into an unstoppable avalanche of wealth. And here's the absolute key takeaway. The most powerful ingredient for compounding isn't a ton of money, it's a ton of time. That's why starting early, even with small amounts, is infinitely more powerful than waiting to start late with a big pile of cash. Time is your greatest ally.
Next up, Pillar 4, multiple income streams. You see, if your fortress is going to withstand any real attack, it can't just rely on one wall. It needs reinforcements. It needs layers of defense.
Honestly, depending on a single paycheck is one of the biggest financial traps out there. It creates a single point of failure. It's like your whole fortress is being held up by one single pillar. If that pillar gets knocked out, you get laid off, your company goes under, the whole thing can come crashing down.
So the goal is to build what's called passive income. That's money that flows to you with very little active work. It comes from your assets, things like stock dividends or automated businesses. It's money that's literally being generated while you sleep. And that is what real financial freedom looks like.
And that brings us to our fifth and final pillar, the one that really holds it all together. You are the CEO. It's time to step up and take full command of your own financial fortress.
This might be the toughest rule, but it's also the most empowering one. You have to take 100% absolute extreme financial responsibility. Until you fully accept that your financial situation is on you and you alone, nothing will ever really change. You're in charge.
And what does a CEO do? They track every single dollar. They don't make investments they don't understand. And you know what they never do? They never blame the economy or their boss or the market. They own every single result, the wins and the losses. The buck stops with them.
And just remember, your financial fortress isn't built with one big, heroic action. It's built brick by brick through the thousands of small, disciplined choices you make every single day.
So there it is. That's your blueprint. It starts with the right mindset. You use that to buy assets, not liabilities. You let those assets grow with the power of compounding. You reinforce your position with multiple income streams, and you run the whole operation as the CEO of your finances.
Now, knowing all this is one thing, but knowledge without action, it's useless. So the final question is for you. Are you going to keep running in that same old rat race? Or are you going to take this blueprint and lay the first stone of your financial fortress starting today?
The choice is yours. Remember, the most important investment you can ever make is the one you make in yourself.